Hey guys, so I've been testing the DJI Action 5 Pro for a couple of days now, and as I couldn't find on YouTube any videos about the low light performance on an FPV drone. Yes, some people like doing some vlogging or whatnot, but I didn't see anyone doing like FPV low light. So I said like, okay, I'm going to do it. I put it on a Cinewhoop and I tried it out like in a park and then like in a city scenario, and I will show you my findings. I will show you the settings that I used, and I will compare it to a GoPro. So it's a GoPro 11, not a 12 or a 13, but it doesn't matter because the sensor is the same. They didn't improve low light, they didn't upgrade the sensors, so it's the 11, 12 and the 13 are basically the same camera if it comes to FPV. Of course, you get some new like frame rates, like if you use it for other stuff, not for FPV, but here there is actually for us no difference at all. So let's see how it looks, and I will tell you actually like what I found out at that situation. All right, so as you can see here, this is footage from the DJI Action 5 Pro, like in a city scenario, and I shot in 4K 25, 4:3. Because that's the biggest aspect ratio that you can do. You do not have 8:7 like the GoPro does, but 1/50th, so everything locked, not on auto, because that's also one thing that I seen a lot of people do. They put the camera on auto, and then that's not how it should be, you know, because like when you work like for some clients or some video productions, they need to have locked shutter. So that's what I did here. And ISO was on 12,800, so that's the max ISO that you have like on the manual settings. If you go to super night mode, then you can go higher. It actually, there it is on auto, and it can go up until 51,600 it is, or 800, something like that, not sure now. And D-Lock M, so then it's 10-bit. So in my opinion, this looks really nice. Of course, there is some noise. Some things could be a little bit, maybe the highlights, I should maybe drag them a little bit down still, but other than that, I think it looks really, really good. But I mean, all by all, it looks really nice. Of course, I have to get used to the D-Lock M, because yeah, it's a little bit different to grade than the GoPro, so of course I have to check that out, how to do that, you know. Alright, so in here, I actually made a mistake, but kind of it's good that I made that mistake, because as you can see, it's 1/120th. But this means that you also can record at night in 50 or 60 FPS. Because if you can go 1/120th, it means that basically you can record slow-mo at night too, because you see the exposure is really good. And I even think it's a little bit better, because as you can see, the highlights are not blown out. There is not as much noise like in the sky. And it looks really, really good in my opinion. Looks kind of better than the 25. Yeah, I mean, you can still like bring the ISO down from 12,800. But in my opinion, this looks really, really good. And as you can see, you see some details. Like, of course, when you're still shooting at night, it's not that you are like in, like, you know, like in complete pitch black dark, you know. You will be probably like in some controlled scenarios or somewhere like I said, on some event, and there are already some lights. But GoPro couldn't handle it. I mean, sometimes I was like handing the footage over, and I felt a little bit ashamed, you know. So, because I thought it was really, really bad, but at some events you cannot fly something big. Even if I would say like, okay, let's do it with a Cinelifter, with, I don't know, with a red Komodo, not that I have one, but even then, it's too big and it's too heavy. You cannot fly everywhere with this. Of course, I do not fly above crowds, but still, if you fly somewhere, you cannot fly with big drones. This was with a smaller drone, so no issues there. Now, this is the super night mode. Well, the super night mode is basically 8-bit, and you cannot record in D-Lock M. I graded it a little bit, but you cannot do, as you can see here, like on these roofs, there is like almost no detail, a lot of bending and color noise. So yeah, not really usable for FPV in my opinion. But the other, like if you go in the normal mode, to ISO 12,800, it looks really good, so you don't really have to care about that. Here, as you can see, I mounted the camera vertically, because it has also like a vertical mounting point, like with the magnet that was with the magnet mount that was provided. So also really nice, because yeah, you have more resolution and you can get actually a lot more. Yeah, you get better resolution like this. But in my opinion, it doesn't matter that much, because 4x3 is more than enough. You know, like you have yeah. I think you have still enough room like to crop in even vertically. And here we have the GoPro. I mean, this looks really, really bad. I mean, this is the Hero 11 4K25 4x3 1/50th, just handheld. I didn't want to even put it on a drone because it looked so bad, and yeah, flat 10-bit. So I don't know, this is so bad. As you can see, so much color noise, it's crazy. This is totally unusable. I mean, okay, sure, it's not, GoPro was never really good in low light. I mean, during the day it looks really good. But I mean, this is such a ripoff after so many years that these guys couldn't come up with something, just something that actually would make it better. And I don't know, like I will keep one GoPro for sure, but I'm for the rest, like for these low light or like situations where I need more dynamic range, I'm really done with them. I will go to DJI. I'm ordering one next week. So here we're doing it again in a situation in a park. I tried it first at ISO 12,800 with Action Pro. And it looks really good. Like I said, the bitrate, you can see it. There is not so much information when you fly fast past some things, but still, it's not that bad, you know. You will see how the GoPro looks later on ISO 6400. What actually is the max ISO on a GoPro. And it's unusable. It's nothing. It looks worse than an old analog camera from FPV drones, you know. And yeah, other than that, I think the Action Pro looks really nice here. All right, so here we have the GoPro 11 ISO 6400. And this is how it looks like. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And remember guys, the Hero 13 looks the same, completely the same. There is no difference at all. So, I mean, tell me, what do you think about this, that the camera that is released in 2024 has image quality like this at night? Like even some cheap Xiaomi phones actually have much better low light capabilities than a GoPro. This is like a 400 euros camera, you know? It's still a lot. I mean, my Sony ZV-E10 costed me 400 euros. I mean, I would rather put that there, and yeah, that's even a possibility. But this is really bad. I mean, I still love GoPro. I cannot be like saying like, okay, like that I hate GoPro, but I mean, come on. And right here we have it on ISO 6400, so the same as the GoPro, because I wanted to show how this camera looks on ISO 6400 versus the GoPro on 6400. And also what I think is that this camera looks much better at this ISO, because there is less noise in the dark. You still have like pretty decent highlights, but there is not so much noise in the darks and in the sky. So I think 6400 in this situation is perfect. This just as the same in the first videos that I've shown you with the higher shutter speed. So basically, if you would shoot, I think in this scenario like 4K 60 or 50, then you could go up to 12,800. But other than that, I think for this situation, 6400 is perfect, because you don't get that much noise and still have a lot of information in the highlights. So yeah, I think it looks really, really nice if you think about it for such a small camera. And also the DJI 04 is coming, and the 04 will have like an aperture of f2. This is f2.8 still, the same as the DJI Avata. But this should be better than the Avata because of the processing power. And I heard from other people that this looks better than the DJI Avata too. But let's see for the DJI 04. I mean, okay, we don't have any DJI Action 5 Pro naked camera like we have for the GoPro, but we will have the DJI 04 soon, and that means that we don't really need like a naked DJI Action, in my opinion. And the last video that I will show you, the GoPro Hero 11 at ISO 800. This is like the ISO that is still usable if you have enough light to not have too much noise, even in the highlights or in the shadows. So as you can see, this is like the only usable video from a GoPro without actually noise everywhere. And you see how it looks. I mean, this is just, it's funny. But yeah, I mean, of course, if they use the same technology from the Hero 9 until now, basically the same sensor, yes, they made it bigger, they put it like a 10-bit sensor. But I think if I would put a Hero 9 and a Hero 13 next to each other, a lot of people wouldn't even know like from what camera it comes if you put it on 4x3. So yeah, give me your opinion, what you think. I will make like a whole review video on the DJI Action 5 soon, with every shot that I took, like in a month probably, because I will order it probably next week. So I will make more videos with it, and then I will put everything together. So you can then tell me what you think about this camera and if you think that it's better than GoPro. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope that I helped a little bit. See you next time. If you see that I upload maybe a review, make sure to watch it. Okay, see ya. Bye bye, thanks.